everybody. How are you? Good afternoon to you. Hope you're having a good day. So, I just finished up a big brunch to give myself some energy to get some things done today. As you guys know, I am moving very, very soon. I've got a 2-day car trip starting either today or tomorrow. I'm not quite sure yet, depending on when my friend gets here to pick me up and take all my stuff to New Mexico. So, in the meantime, I wanted to keep up with all the Chantal content and do some reacts before I get started. So, what's going on with Chantal? Well, she did a couple of lives, and I would like to cover the second live called I Saw the Best Thing Ever. Now, today Chantal's got on her red lipstick, and that's usually an indicator that she's going to be grumpy and frumpy and she's got some nasty things to say. And I wanted to cover that live. The live itself went on for almost 4 hours. Am I going to react to every single minute of that live? No, no. I got things to do. I have a life, unlike Chantal. So we're just going to cover a portion of it, get the gist of it, get the meat and potatoes on the plate, and then go home, right? That's the plan. So how about we start out with some brief clips on Twitter, because all the lovely people on Twitter, they have their thoughts, feelings, and opinions, and I like to include them in with my reacts. So let's just get started. I think I have myself all set up. Yes, I do. I come prepared to class. And let's see. I'm going to share the screen with you guys so you guys can see what's going on Twitter. So for those of you that are on Twitter, if you're on the Twitter X and you would like to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, Wild Girl Sarah. So let's start here with a post from Cookie. And Cookie says, Foodie Beauty, is this your plan? So this person, it says, Arasha says, it can be as simple as him saying, I divorce you 3 times in front of a witness, and Islamically, they would be divorced. I guess this is in reference to if Salah wanted to divorce Chantal, if they have some sort of a marriage agreement. He just says, I divorce you 3 times, and that would be it. This other person, oh, wait a minute. The person commenting back, Sarah Lee. Oh, that looks like a Chantal sock, because she does like to use the sock account Sarah Lee. And for those who are not aware, Sarah Lee is the name of a particular brand of baked goods. That's one of her infamous socks. So Sarah Lee says, he is not insulting her. That's just their banter. He didn't leave her. She is just on a visa run. Also, if she returns to Canada, she doesn't have to live in a shelter. What kind of insane comment is that? LOL. I am considering returning to my country after many years. I will stay with my family until I get my own place. Chantal would do the same. She has a loving and supportive family. You kind of told on yourself right there, Chantal. So you started out the comments sounding like a third person, like an outside party. But then the bottom half of that was you almost speaking as yourself. I am considering returning to my country after many years. I will stay with my family until I get my own place. Kind of feels like she was telling on herself, because she's been out of Canada for at least 3 years, right? And she might be considering staying with the family. The thing is, Chantal's family, they're not going to take her on full time. They don't have the room for her, and they know how she is. I don't think the family is going to have her live with them. She's sloppy. She's nasty. She's not respectful of other people's private space. She likes to use whatever space she's in as a recording studio. So the family is going to say no to her living there full time and streaming all the time and streaming at weird hours and being up all night and making a mess. The last couple of times that she was in Canada, they let her sleep on the couch at night so she would have a safe place to be at night. But did you guys notice that when she streamed, she was in the Kia and she had to drive away from the house? I think that was her family coming forward after the whole Music Biz Marty incident, where a car just got towed, and said, look, We don't want any problems. We will let you sleep here at night so you'll be safe, but you are not allowed to turn this entire home, which does not belong to you, into a recording studio, nor make it into a mess. Just kicking her outside the door during the daytime when they're at work to make sure that she doesn't cause any problems. So, yeah, I don't think the family is going to be on board with taking her in. She is just a messy, sloppy person. And the family's like, no, we don't want all that headache. We don't want it. We don't have to put up with it. It's just not going to happen. Fondue Pondu says hashtag foodie. Just a minor and a bedbound animal blanking blank slandering the French fry girl. Y'all can be such the biggest blank. Tired of Frenchie and Yaba being this person's punching bag. Yeah, Chantal likes to try to take shots at the YouTube Underground and French fry girl. And it begs the question, why? Why take shots at the YouTube Underground? Why take shots at Frenchie? I mean, she's been taking shots forever. What is the point now? It's not as if it's going to affect their channels in any way negative. It's not as if they're going to hurt them physically. So why continue to do it? And at what point, when you keep firing arrows at people and they keep missing their mark, or they don't do the damage that you want them to do you say to yourself, this is pointless, it's useless, so maybe I should stop doing it, but not Chantal. You know, like she needs something to talk about in Thailand. She's doing nothing. She's going nowhere. She stays in her room all day getting high and eating. So when she gets bored, when the chat is tired of her talking about the food, she'll bring up the reactors and turn the reactors into a talking point. But let's look at the picture provided by Fondue Pondu. Let's see. What are some of the comments? Looney Tunes says your cat was literally kidnapped. Not true, Looney Tunes. Absolutely not true. Chantal did an entire video that she posted on her channel showing the cat being willingly and knowingly being given to another person. So if that happens, no kidnapping occurred. I don't know if you heard some information wrong, but that's what happened. There is video proof out there that Chantal willingly gave BBJ and Sam up to other people. She was in a hurry to get to Salah, and she didn't care who took the cats, what their living conditions were, if they were good owners or not. She just looked at the cats as obstacles in the way to getting to Salah. So that's wrong information, thinking that they got kidnapped. And here's Ghostface. Ghostface is an A minor in her chat, so of course he's going to roll for Chantal for some strange reason, calling FFG a name. You know what, Ghostface, you really should get away from Chantal. I don't know what kind of magic she's put on you, but for real, why are you supporting this woman? Okay, so Autumn Fairy says Salah after dropping off Cutie at the airport, who thought he was coming to Thailand. So the top picture, this was Salah dropping off Chantal at the airport once. Look at the smile on his face. I never saw him smile like that while he was with Chantal. That's a genuine, happy smile. He never had that kind of smile. And there was one occasion where he dropped her off and he was practically hopping and skipping through the airport. I mean, you couldn't make him any happier, but that's a genuine smile from Salah. And every time he's around Chantal, he doesn't smile like that. He really doesn't. So let's move on. The Ugly Broom says, as high as a kite. So there's a screenshot from one of her recent lives. That's all she's doing. She's sitting in her room. She's doing massive amounts of edibles. She's eating. And this is why, y'all, that the lives anymore are just that boring. She's boring on her own when she's sober. But if you add edibles to the mix, it just gets 1,000 times worse. She always does too much. She'll sit there and, pop those edibles in her mouth like Tic Tacs. And then they all gang up on her like an hour later. And then she's like hamburger-eyed and barely keeping her eyes open. So if you're wondering why the lives are boring anymore, that's part of the reason why. Mrs. Robinson says, what a sad and miserable life. Stuck in the stupid choices you made to go live with a bum just to feed your delusion of feeling claimed. Your lives depend on a visa every 3 months. Now you're not even sure to have it. Keep rotting in that hotel room, cutie. Pathetic. You know what I'm hoping, guys? I hope that Salah is planning the biggest screw job ever. She's about to get paid. Maybe Salah is waiting around for that last paycheck before he completely pulls the carpet out from underneath her feet. Like maybe he's waiting for that last little bit of money. I don't know. But I hope that he's planning a major screw job on Chantal. And he's just not letting her know until the very, 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 very last second. But let's watch the clip, courtesy of Mrs. Robinson.
Look, it's not that I have a lack of things to do. I'm not looking for things to do. I'm looking to do the things I have to do already. I'm purposely not doing anything because I feel stuck. I feel like, I don't know.
That was really telling. I'm not doing anything because I feel stuck. Could that be a tell? That she is kind of stuck? That she's trying to get back into Kuwait and she might be running into issues with her visa and that's why she's staying so long? I wonder.
But anyways, let's just bees. The Conjuring thing? You think I should go? It's not going to be fun by myself. I mean, I'll have you guys, but I don't think I'm going to go live. I think I'll do a video. It's so hard sometimes, yeah. Yeah, overwhelmed for sure. For top 3 things I have to do. I have to, not the dancing shrimp. I have to like really finish and stick to like a content schedule. Like, I'm supposed to, well, I did get sick. So
by the way, that cough she did, I know that Chantal claims that she had a cold. Maybe she had a little bit of one, but that sounds kind of like a smoker's cough to me. Like we know that she smokes cigarettes. She might be smoking a lot of cigarettes to pass the time and to quiet her mind. And that kind of sounds like a smoker's cough to me.
But I need to like figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of my time and stick to it.
So basically she's confessing she's got nothing to do with her time. Somebody asked her in the chat, what are the top 3 things you have to do? Like, how busy are you exactly? And the only thing she could name was, I have to make up some kind of content schedule. She's in Thailand. She's got nothing to do. She has no prior work commitments. All she's got to do is just film content of some kind. And she can't even put herself on a schedule with that. She can't even film 1 or 2 videos a day. And that's part of the reason why she goes live, y'all. Because lives are, for her, very lazy. They require no thought. They require absolutely no planning, no pre-record, no pre-video anything, no B-roll footage, nothing. She doesn't have to put anything together in a video editor. It's just turn the camera on, talk, make a little bit of money on YouTube and done. So she just comes on YouTube anymore and just talks about nothing.
Or else I'm just lost and, Yeah.
And you know what, Chantal, if you're feeling lost, do you think staying in that room is going to help? You're in your room, you're feeling stuck, you're feeling lost because you're alone. You want to know why? It's because the last 8 years or so, you've always had somebody around to be a distraction, using party favors as distractions, using food as a distraction. You've always been distracting yourself. And now for the first time in many, many years, you're alone with yourself. And there's nothing to distract you. And this could be a negative thing or a positive thing. It could be a positive thing because if you took all the distractions and put them away from yourself, you could ask yourself some serious questions about, what am I doing? Why am I doing it? Is it worth doing it? Like really exploring yourself, but you don't want to go there. You don't want to do that, because asking those questions would require finding the answers, which would also mean lifestyle changes, changes in behavior, changes in thinking, taking a different path. And for some reason, you are strongly against and opposed the different path. You find it scary or you find it laborious, and you're like, nope, nope, too much work, too much work. To change my life would be too much work. So I'm not going to do it. So you go back to your escape room. You go back to the food. You go back to the live streaming. You go back to your delusions. You're going into your escape room and you're distracting yourself. But here's the problem with that. Lean in and listen. It's like a room filled with pink elephants that are all waiting to talk to you. And you know they're waiting to talk to you. They're outside your office door waiting to talk to you. And you eat and you do the party favors thinking that if you do all that stuff, they'll go away. But they don't go away. They just sit outside patiently in the chairs reading magazines. And they're basically putting off the vibe of, well, we're going to sit here until you have a conversation with us. If you have a conversation with us, maybe we'll leave. But since you keep avoiding the conversations, they just sit there, and more elephants keep walking in the room and sitting down in chairs. Right now, girl, you got a whole stadium full of pink elephants waiting to speak to you and waiting to be addressed. And those elephants have a name, and it's called your issues. And that's why they're not going away, because wherever you go, there you are. And there they go too. They are never far from you. They are very close to you. So the best thing you can do is just sit down, have dinner with them, have a nice glass of wine, have some conversations, work some stuff out. But no, you're not about taking the reasonable route.
Wondering thing. And I also need to, what was it? Oh, I need to finish my fall shopping because it's like already September.
So what do we got so far? We got a content schedule and we got, I need to do some more shopping. No, you don't. You need to get yourself together. You really need to get yourself together.
I also said my trip was like half done. No, it's more than that. I made a mistake. Good night, Lena. Yeah. No, I can organize. It's just I just need to do it. I literally just like procrastinate and I don't know.
Yeah, and that's her. She procrastinates everything because there's that false voice that she keeps in her mind that tells her, you can procrastinate, you can put stuff off because you are Foodie Beauty. And you've pivoted out of corners before. You put yourself in corners, but you've always gotten yourself out. Well, she's reached a point where things are so bad, she can't pivot out of any corner anymore. She's stuck in the corner that she's in. But that false voice keeps talking to her and saying, put off everything. You can solve everything last minute. Well, there are some things in life you can't solve last minute. Those things require planning and thought and scheduling and just working out a blueprint about how to fix them. And she can't do that.
Anyways.
Yeah, so you're lame, Chantal. Truth Seeker says she's so high in this live, she can't keep her eyes open. And she slurs her words and says back and forth, she shouldn't talk about others who get high on TikTok. Yeah, because Chantal's done some talk in the past about people on TikTok who come on camera intoxicated. But Chantal, if you're looking this way, if you're in this frame of mind, you can't talk about Lisa Richards. You can't talk about anybody. You really can't. You know, you can't throw stones at other people if you're doing the same behavior. We all know that you're taking massive amounts of edibles. I mean, I know just based on the mass amount of food you're eating. You eat a bunch of edibles, you eat a bunch of food. Eat a bunch of edibles, you eat a bunch of food. The edibles are fueling a lot of her eating, that and the stress and the loneliness. Her being in Thailand is a horrible combination, and yet she just won't go home. Hanging on to things that really she should let go of, and just have an about face with herself and realize that this whole thing, this Kuwait arc, and hanging on to Salah and putting on a false face of I'm fine, my life is so much better than all of you. Just let it go, Chantal, let it go. It's stupid. Let it go. But let's watch the clip from Truth Seekers.
7. Okay. Because for me it says 3:30.
My God, girl, how many edibles did you take? That must be a whole bag right there that she took.
3 hours and 30 minutes. But it was saying something else before.
She is gone. And for those who weren't around for Crackhead Olympics, those of us that were there for that, this is what we saw all the time right here, only worse. Believe it or not, it was worse because this idiot was doing, I kid you not, 1,000 milligrams, 2,000 milligrams, sometimes even 3,000 milligrams at a time. Taking that much, and there's no need to take that much. Gummies are very potent. So she would not do a little, she'd do a lot. And why did she do a lot? Because she kept chasing her tolerance higher and higher just to feel something. And she wanted to show off for the beezers. Oh, look at me. Look how many edibles I'm doing. Showing off taking all those edibles. She got to a point where she was buying the wheelchair edibles, which cost her $75 to $100 per wheelchair. And she was buying those a lot. Wheelchair edibles, they're 1,000 milligrams, I feel. And they're really meant for people with, say, terminal illness or extreme pain. And she can't claim either one of those. But her tolerance is so high that she was buying the wheelchair edibles and having them delivered. And she'd sit there and munch on them like you would munch on snack cakes. And the way she's behaving in this clip, imagine it worse. That was Crackhead Olympics.
No, I don't have a favorite one. Is there something in the wall?
And you guys can see exactly why the reactors hated when she got high during Crackhead Olympics. Like, she's barely talking. She's just like, barely saying anything. Why come on live this way? Why not wait till after you're live to do your edibles? And if you want to be 3 sheets to the wind, comfortably numb, do it then. But this is, this is feeling familiar. I'm getting a sense of deja vu because we've been here before.
Anyway. I'm kind of tired.
You're not tired. You're high. You sleep too doggone much to be tired. And you don't do anything anyway.
Become cross-eyed.
Okay, we're done with this clip. I don't have the patience to sit here for another minute and 20 seconds. If this is all she's going to do, let's move it along. Queen Jellybean says, how embarrassing, Foodie. This man, and I use that term loosely, is starting to fat shame you more than the haters. So here's a comment from her chat from Salah saying, Buster, I am working on the home gym, which we will never use, but just in case. Ooh, the shade. So you already know, Salah. You already know she's not going to use the gym. You already know. So in that case, sir, why haven't you just disconnected from Chantal? Is it the money? How much money is she giving you? How much money did she pay you? Like, what's your price? It can't be that much. Why are you so determined to hang on to her? Clearly, when you know that this ride can't last forever, she's too sick. At some point, something may happen. And when that happens, what are you going to do? Why not prepare beforehand by letting go now and doing your own thing? You're in the chat being hateful. You know it's a done deal. Just let it go. Kelly says, what's your reasons, Chins? Why can't you tell us? Is it because everything you tell us is a lie? Let's watch the clip.
How come you can't cut your trip short? I have my reasons, guys. It's all you need to know.
I think maybe she can't cut the trip short because she's waiting on the doggone visa to see if it'll go through to Kuwait. You know, she's in that middle point of Thailand. And if her visas are denied, she's got to form another plan to say, go home to Canada. She might have stuff already lined up in her back pocket, like a plan B, where if she gets denied to Kuwait, that she's going to try to find Pete and shack up with him. But she'll never tell us what's going on.
No, I can't. I have my reasons, but I can't go home earlier.
That's because A, Salah doesn't want you there, and B, you're waiting on your visa. It's just that simple. Nellie says she's going to use their home gym every day, you guys. Every day. Sure she is. Let's watch.
Are you going to use our home gym fees? Oh, babe, how often? If we have a nice gym setup, we'll use it like every day.
Sure you will. Sure.
I'll try to, I'll make it part of my routine, you know?
And by the way, Salah, Chantal, something to consider, y'all. When Chantal goes somewhere, like say back home to Canada, and she starts doing the party favors, she starts doing the edibles, and she gets her body used to having that stuff in it, especially the amount that she's doing, because she's staying high all day long. Can you imagine if she were to go back to Kuwait where she has no access to edibles? Woo! How she's going to be. She's going to be a mean, nasty, cranky mess because her body is going to be fiending for that stuff. She's getting her body on a routine of having tons of edibles in it at all times and being stoned to the gills. So you go from being stoned to the gills 24/7 for weeks and weeks, and then you deprive your body of all that. Her body's going to be fiending for what it's gotten used to, and it's not going to be there, and she's just going to be a monster.
So,
yeah, using the gym every day. I'd like to see that happen. Okie Doll, hey Okie Doll, says she's high as balls, and it looks like she's gaining weight again. That's because she's doing nothing but eating, so I don't doubt that to be true. Autumn Fairy says, is fake hubby getting sick of her BS? Is he wondering if being a scammy bum and pulling a long con is even worth dealing with her? I mean, when all the extra money going to food and visa runs is even worth it, I don't know how he puts up with her this long, but we'll see. And here's a comment from Salah. And this looks like a I'm over it comment. It says, okay, then go order pasta and pizza with ravioli. And look at the emojis. He's over it. He's over her. He sees how she is in Thailand, and he's probably thinking to himself, do I want that back in Kuwait with me? No. Salah, you still got time. You still got time. She's still in Thailand. Go back to the oceanside villa. Pack everything up, bro. Get it out of there. Move away. Change your number, block her number, and be done. Be done. I'm sure there are friends and family that will take you in, maybe help you find a job elsewhere. She won't be able to find you. Get out of jail while you still can. Okay, so that's it for the catch up. So let's move on to the actual live. And I know it's going to be somewhat boring, and I apologize for that, but it's not really my doing, it's her. But she does get kind of snippy and snappy with the reactors. So there's a little bit of spice in the usually bland potato stew. Let's go.
So I'm not going to pretend like, oh yeah, I have millions in the bank. I don't need to worry about anything. I don't need need to worry about pays. What are those?
And you know what the sad part is, Chantal? If you had set yourself up long ago and screwed your head on tight and gotten your food issue under control, you would be in a position where you would be comfortable. Think about it. All the money that you spent on party favors, all the money spent on edibles and useless men, where could that money have gone instead? A nice home, a paid off home, a really nice car. You could have investments and savings, maybe invest in a business somewhere. You could have set up a merch store long ago and made bank, absolute bank. You might have sponsorships from people. You might be in a position right now where you could say, you know, I'm feeling kind of burnt out on YouTube. I want to take a break and be able to do it comfortably. But because you spent all of your YouTube money in all the wrong places and on all the wrong people, you are living paycheck to paycheck.
But it is nice not having to really worry like paycheck to paycheck wise like that. Those days are so stressful. Like,
that's because you depend on your feeding people. That's the bulk of her income, y'all. The feeding people offline. They're the ones giving her money. Her side hustle is making money for her, so she doesn't care about her once main hustle, which was YouTube. That's why her content sucks. YouTube is just a portal that she has open to get in front of the feeding people and go, hi, I'm Foodie Beauty and I eat lots of food and I love food. I really love food. So if you like me, contact me on Cameo or on Instagram and let's set something up. And then she does requests for people offline and gets that quick cash. That's why she doesn't care about YouTube. It was just a portal that she activated to make a client list of feedies that give her money on the regular.
I don't know. Yeah. A new CPAP. What? No, we didn't. Sending me money? Send me money!
He ain't got no money to send her. He's depending on her money. In the 3 years that I've been watching the two of these idiots, I haven't heard of one single thing where he's successful in what he's doing. The Beezer spray was a joke. They didn't sell any. So he's not motivated to make money. His job is Chantal. He's working her.
I already have his friggin' credit card. What more do you want? You have anxiety. Don't spend as much as you used to. You always used to order stuff. Yeah, I used to just order whatever and have a new parcel at my door every day. Although I do want to buy some fall things. A nice little fall setup, but it's already too late. I should have been doing this as September 1st to have a good 2 solid months of decor. So what now? I don't decorate for Christmas. Oh, babe. Yes, babe. What's mine is yours. What's yours is mine. Leaves haven't changed color yet. Really? Somebody told me they were orange. Who lied? I need new makeup. I was thinking of going shopping on Boots' website here. It's a pharmacy. Because I just want to get some for foundation and powder, like the Fit Me.
How is it that she's sitting perfectly still and she's breathing heavy? How is that even possible?
I know, babe. People think you're in Spain.
Well, that's because that's what he said. He came in a chat and said, I am in Spain. So yeah, people are going to think that.
I made a mistake, Java. It wasn't halfway. Sorry. I remember the HelloFresh. Who cares, Sierra? Listen, I'm not saying this is the case, But even if I wanted to give all my money to a man, who gives a shit? What's it to you?
Oh, that was an admission. What if I wanted to do this? Well, you've been doing it. You did it with Natter. You did it with Salah. You're still doing it with both men. That's why they're both still around.
Exactly. But that's not the case because I don't have money. I really don't. Hey, good vibes.
Fire.
So you're technically right. Go to diabetes classes. How about you go to marriage classes? Am I right? Who's the what? Oh yeah, babe. Charles Reed. What do you? I do have a notebook. I lost my pen somewhere. I'm gonna have to mega clean this room before it gets cleaned again. Oh, jeez. Beige moms. Diabetes glasses. There's a lot of hypocrisy in the community about weight. That's for sure. Ninth eviction. That's for show. What are you doing? Yeah, he's in Kuwait. Now, beige can be nice. You know? Hey, Sarah. He called me a freak of nature, yeah. So it's out of loving. I call my cat a stupid loser. And because I love her to death. Don't you get it? It's irony.
I'm sorry. If I were married and my husband called me a freak of nature, we're getting divorced. No man who loves a woman is going to say that to her.
There's a lot of denial and enabling, and yeah, there's a lot of whatever. I'm over it. I'm over all the negative name calling, hypocrisy. There's a kind of humor in marriages, especially with me. Especially with me. I have the hugest sense of humor. That's why you guys like to watch me. I make you laugh, whether it's at my expense or whatever reason, right? So, of course, we're going to
So Lizzie in the chat is saying he also said waddle, waddle. See, he was making fun of your weight, Chantal, and making fun of how you walk, saying waddle, waddle. He's getting more snippy and back talking with his comments when he is in chat. You know, he's getting more bold. Could it be because things are over and he's getting over her? And he's like, what have I got to lose? If I'm a nasty jerk to her, what do I got to lose? Like, there's nothing to lose now.
jokes. You guys are more offended by it than I am. You guys have been more offended than every single thing that has single-handedly happened to me in life. You guys are more appalled and bewildered about it. You talk about it more than I do. Everything. What do you watch for then, QWERTY? My rants? Thank you, sweet love. You too. I could not,
so this person, Java, says, you say handsomest man. He says freak of nature. Yep. And he only says nice things to her when he's scripted to.
Babe, I could not be married to you if you didn't have a sense of humor. Imagine.
Imani says he's never said that before. Why now? Is he more comfortable? Oh, yeah, he is. Because again, he's like saying, what do I have to lose if I act like a jerk in her chat? What is she going to do to me? I'm in Kuwait. She's in Thailand. It's over. I could be mean to her if I want to.
Did you see that Amber gained 50 pounds? No. You know why? Because I don't keep track of people people's weight. It's weird. Like, I just don't. I don't care how much people weigh unless they're using it to attack me every day. Then I have to point out, like, you know, like that Kalari lady, for example, on the Squeaky bike.
Oh, no, you're not. You are not going after Miss Kalari. Why are you putting Miss Kalari's name in your filthy, dirty, disgusting, unwashed, unbrushed mouth, Chantal? Are you jealous? Are you jealous of Miss Kalari? The fact that she is well spoken. She is an author. She's written a book. She's getting her life together. Like she's got goals. She's got dreams. She has a loving husband, very loving husband. Like the brief interactions I've seen them have on screen together, you could tell they really love each other. It's a real marriage. That man is for his wife and she is for him, that they are each other's best friend. And that's how a good marriage should be. Before you are the wife, before you are the husband, you are each other's best friend. And you look out for each other and you care for each other. And they have that. I feel that energy when I watch her, that she is well loved, that he loves her. He's there for her. He is her rock. And there's nothing wrong with her exercising on a bike, whether it's got some squeaks in it or not. What the F do you care? She's exercising. She's caring for herself. You don't. You absolutely don't. You're just big mad that somebody has something that you will never have because you are not willing to work on yourself nor improve yourself. And that's why you have to resort to paying men to even spend 5 minutes in your company. You're a weird combination, Chantal. Really weird. You are a narcissist and you're vain. At the same time, you're vulgar and gross and disgusting. I would think someone who's got control issues and a narcissist would be more on top of their hygiene and their appearance and their life, but you're not. You're, I guess, a weird narcissist that you want to be in control of people and you think highly of yourself. At the same time, you don't work on yourself.
Still big as ever. I don't think the bike is working. But
no, not true. Miss Kalari's been losing weight. And I got to tell you, the last time I saw her on camera, she was glowing. Her skin was glowing. It was glowing so much. It was that natural glow. Miss Kalari, if you ever watch this, Mama, you look good. You look real good. You're doing so much good for yourself. She's jealous. This beast is jealous.
Come at me when you've lost all the weight, okay? Thanks. No, even then, don't bother. Like, it's not a competition. Why do people use it as a competition? People's weight on this friggin' thing. It's like so weird. The thumbnail is something else. They give you literally 3 seconds.
Chantal is just big mad that everybody else is losing weight and doing things that are good for themselves, and she refuses to change. She's jealous and angry about people who want to do good for themselves and are doing good for themselves because she refuses to do good for herself. When Nikocado Avocado showed his weight loss, I'm sure she was shook. Absolutely shook. I don't like Nikocado Avocado. Like he's done some really awful things in the past, but she was shook down to her core that he pulled all that off, that he made a bunch of videos, stockpiled them, kept releasing them. Behind the scenes, he was losing weight and getting smaller. And then when he did the big reveal, it was all over the place, all the attention that he received. She was big mad about that. You know, she was big mad. She was real big mad about that. So anybody on YouTube, whether it's a reactor or not, like you lose weight, she's going to dump on you. But then again, if you're a person of a bigger size, she's still going to dump on you. There's no making her happy.
Do a thumbnail. That's what Girl World does. They always do that. They like use me as like, well, I can't believe she just ate that. I'm gonna go exercise on my exercise
Well, you know what,
bike.
Chantal? You're a walking cautionary tale. You are the 7 deadly sins rolled into one body. all of them. You didn't leave a single one of them out. And you are a walking warning to anybody out there anybody out there thinking they want to live their life without boundaries or structure or morals or values, want to live their life in a completely hedonistic way, what that person could possibly become. Like, you got to have structure and discipline. You got to have goals and dreams and things you want to do. You can't just let go of life and not reach for it. So as weird as it may seem, yes, you have inspired people to work out or be more mindful of their diet or to go out and do things and not just be holed up in a room eating all the time. You have inspired people to be better in a very strange, indirect, backwards kind of way. And it's so funny that you've inspired people like that, and yet you can't inspire yourself.
Acting like they don't eat that themselves, like they eat only salad. Please. We have eyes, as you like to say, right? We have eyes. Yeah, and on conviction, she called my Beezers a bunch of 800-pound fat bitches. That's real nice. A nice educated talk coming from someone who's a published author, right? Anyone can publish a book.
So why don't
you? I'm going to publish a book tomorrow. It's going to take me 5 minutes. I'm going to call it, "This is the stupidest book you'll ever read." Guarantee it gets published. Exactly. It's not a high school, like they're high school bullies. That's what they are, babe. It's not a competition. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a competition. Who cares? Anyway, don't call my Beezers fat as if you're not yourself. Like, these people are delusional. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you're fat too. I don't get it. But whatever. Projection is a thing. I gotta put this away. Gore World is so stupid. I hate it.
Then why do you pay so much attention to it? Why do you go on Twitter? Why do you go on YouTube? Why do you go on TikTok searching for anything that has your name? Why do you use sock accounts? Why do you have so many sock accounts? You hate Girl World, and yet you're paying very close attention to it. That's all you do if you're not eating or getting stoned. You're in everybody else's chats, lurking, listening. I'm sure every time French Fry Girl does a live, you're lurking somewhere just so you can have a reason to rage and make content yourself.
And I don't need Gore World, for example.
Actually, yes, you do. You very much need Girl World. And let me tell you why. Because the people in Girl World, all the hardworking reactors, and there are many, all the hardworking clip channels, the archive channels, we are the only reason why people watch you anymore. And that's facts. Your content is so boring, Chantal. Nobody can watch you full strength except for the deluded Beezers on your side of the fence that maybe they've got issues. Maybe they've got food issues. Maybe they're a bunch of feeties. I don't know. But your content on its own is not strong enough to stand on its own. It's the reactors that pull out the different stuff and make it funny, make it entertaining. We have to work doggone hard to keep you entertaining these days because you're not giving us anything to work with. That's why a lot of reactors are looking at different channels and different people because you're just not giving it no more. So you better be thankful to Girl World. Instead of spitting on us, she'd be giving us all a hug and saying, "Thank you. I'm not trying right now. I'm not putting any effort into my content. You guys put more work and more effort into my stuff than I do. Thank you. Because without you, nobody would really watch me or care."
And think about this logically. If Gore World were to crumble completely.
Oh, it won't.
Minus me, I'd still be here making content for you guys.
No, it's the other way around. You got it backwards. If something happened to your channel, we would just move on. I would move on. I got other things that I could do. Other people got other things they can do. There's tons of channels and stuff out there. We could just react to that. You are not essential to us having a channel entertaining people and talking to people. But it's essential for you to be on YouTube and talk to people and make money. This is the only thing you got.
And you would still be here watching me. There would be maybe Okay, maybe let's say I take a view cut.
You don't have.
I'd still be here standing. I don't need them, you know?
You do too.
Yeah. I don't know, Golden Girl. It's so if they use it as, like I said, a competition, like, it's so weird. The black honey is in my pouch. Yeah.
Oh, look at
Yeah.
that. One of our own Beezers. A VIB says, Girl World keeps you relevant. Thank you. Even your own Beezers can see that.
Yeah. Or like I heard her say, someone say, I think it was, I was watching Hekate's, I was listening to Hekate's daughter stream, and she was listening to Kalari. Don't get all excited, honey. I don't want you people raw, trust me.
Yes, you do.
She was like talking about how like at least she could put her socks on standing up. Okay, but doesn't do it. But like, who cares how you put your socks on? Your socks are coming on either way. What does it matter how they get on? Like, who cares if you have to twist your leg this way versus this way? Who gives a shit? Like, why does that matter? Like, does that make me any less of a person just because I put my socks on differently? So stupid. Putting your socks on standing up is overrated anyways. Be creative. How can someone have a blank name? I don't know. It's magic. But Nick losing all that weight was crazy for real.
Okay, I want to answer a question here in chat. Baked Korean says, I think because they are sometimes weight loss channels and make videos about it. I don't watch Amber, but nobody talks about Hungry Fat Chick's weight because she doesn't. Let me just kind of clarify that, Baked Korean. Do you know why the reactors we don't talk about Hungry Fat Chick? Because we don't go after people based on their weight. Hungry Fat Chick, she's a lovely person. Okay, she comes on camera, she eats her food, she doesn't bring the drama, she's not gross or disgusting, she seems really sweet. Notice the reactors leave her alone. We don't go after her, we don't roast her, we don't say anything bad about her. Because she's not problematic. Chantal is problematic. Therein lies the difference. We're like, she's got a channel, Hungry Fat Chick. Okay, that's honest. That's above board. She's putting it out there like that. How can you argue with the truth? And she sits down and she does her food content. Can't argue with that. Have nothing bad to say about that. Chantal gets on camera bringing the problematic behavior and the lies, and that's what we're reacting to.
It's really good. I mean, but he didn't have like a lifelong struggle with weight. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like it would be easier for someone like him who doesn't have lifelong addictions to food or stuff like that. But maybe he
Okay, you know what? This is where I'm going to stop you, Chantal, and give my thoughts. So, yes, you have a lifelong addiction to food. This went on way before YouTube. At what point, as an addict with your addiction, do you say enough? At one point, do you say, I am sick and tired of being sick and tired and do something about it? Rather than use it as a crutch to lean on, rather than use it as something as an excuse or a reason to continue on with said addiction. Oh, I'm a food addict. You guys don't understand. Is food addiction hard? Yeah, it is. All addictions are hard. Addiction is like the worst, the hardest inner battle you will ever go through as a person. You are literally fighting against yourself. And when it comes to food, food is one of those weird things that, unlike illegal substances, it's legal, it's everywhere, it's in grocery stores, it's in gas stations. You could go into a grocery store right now as a food addict and buy 100 gallons of ice cream and 200 bags of chips and go up to the front counter. And even though the cashier will give you a weird look, they wouldn't stop you from buying that stuff. It's a legal addiction that nobody can stop you from doing and you can't go to jail for. Your temptation is everywhere. And it's really hard to get a hold on an addiction that, since we have to eat food to survive, how do you correct an addiction to something that you can't go cold turkey for? You got to keep consuming it. There are ways to do it. You do it through counseling. You do it through therapy. You repair your relationship with food, because as a food addict, your relationship with food is broken. It is warped, and you have to fix it. You have to look at food the right way. You have to treat it the right way. It can't be medicine for everything. It cannot be an escape for everything. You got to take all emotional anchors off of food and stop using food as a way to calm yourself down, or make yourself feel happy, or call back to happier times. That's what all the therapy and counseling is for, to help you kind of change your mindset so you can repair your body. The mind has to be included along with the body. So it has to be included. If you don't include the mind, you're in trouble. And that's where she's always run into issues. She thinks about just treating the body and not the mind. But she keeps using her food addiction as an excuse to continue to be gluttonous when there's resources everywhere. There's online counseling, there's online therapy. She can get the process started right now. She just doesn't want to. She doesn't want help. She wants to keep monetizing her problem and attracting the feedy people, and they keep giving her money because that's a source of her income. She's not interested in treating the problem. She's interested in giving it a job and profiting off of it.
Developed an addiction. Maybe he developed an eating disorder because of the mukbangs. So I don't know. But yeah. But he basically just like, he barely made any videos. He would release some here and there, but they weren't like, I stopped watching him because I was like, where's Nick, But so he was gone for a while. He had a lot of time to work on his health behind the scenes. I just said that, Giovanna. I just said maybe he did. But because he was
Oh, I love this comment. Kelly Barbella says EDs are not a performance. No, they're not. No, they are not. You don't put an ED on a stage and tell it to dance around for you, or use it to attract people that will super fuel it and keep it going. And that's what she's been doing the last 8 years. And that's precisely why I started reacting to her, because I saw some of the things she was doing as someone that I've dealt with an eating issue. And I'm like, hang on. I know what she's up to, and I wanted to point those things out, because I feel like a lot of people don't understand EDs. They don't understand the mental, the tie-in with your feelings and your emotions and your thoughts and possible trauma, how that plays into it. That's what got me started to Chantal. And that's why I have been up her butt, and why I'm so offended with what she's doing, monetizing it, glorifying it, making it an excuse and a reason to keep going. I'm not buying it. Sorry. Nope. Nope. You could get help, Chantal. You just don't want it.
And he was healthy before he did the mukbangs. So he wasn't obese for very long, is what I'm saying. Yeah. He probably could be said to have a lifelong OCD eating disorder. He seemed pretty healthy before his mukbangs. That was the whole controversy.
Okay,
like,
something to be noted about Nikocado Avocado, just to give you guys kind of a glimpse of Nick. I'm not a fan. I don't watch his content. I'm not interested in him. He's just a little bit too much for me. But something to be noted. Nikocado Avocado is an established musician. This man went to Juilliard. Okay. Serious. He was a violinist and he's very good. I saw one video where he's playing the violin. He is really good at that. But to be a musician and to go to Juilliard, very prestigious, very well-known place for music, to be a musician on that level takes an incredible amount of discipline. So he's always had that. And that was the one thing that Chantal has never had. So yeah, Nick could gain a bunch of weight and then lose a bunch of weight behind the scenes. And he went about it in a way where nobody would know. Discipline, she doesn't have it.
He used to be, now look at him, you know? No, I don't think my platform enables me, Winifred, because
Yeah, it does.
people watch me no matter what I do. It's not like I'm dependent on making huge mukbangs and stuffing my face.
Okay. When you're on YouTube and you make a YouTube channel, a lot of YouTubers go through this. They make a channel and maybe at first they don't know what they want to do, what direction they want to go. Some people do know in the beginning, some people don't. They're like, what do I want to put on YouTube? What content do I want to present in front of the public? What can I offer? What are my interests? What am I interested in? What can I get other people interested in? So Chantal came on YouTube, and to be honest and be blunt and frank, there's nothing special about her. She doesn't have any special talents per se. She's not a creative person nor an artistic person. She's not a comedian or a musician or a painter or anything like that. What did she have to offer YouTube? She decided long ago that drama and shock was the way to go, that and eating food. So she put all that together. She laid the groundwork for her channel about what it would be based around and for. And so to keep people interested, she had to keep raising the bar on herself, adding more and more layers of outrageous behavior, offending people, showing off parts of her body, doing the party favors on camera and being incoherent, the night drives where she was intoxicated, the whole thing with Natter. She just kept upping the ante on herself, raising that bar higher and higher and higher until she couldn't raise it anymore. There was nowhere else left to go. There were no new ways to shock us. So what could she do except put her clothes back on and act modest? And that was shocking for half a minute. But I think, honestly, that Chantal's run out of ideas and she's not looking for new directions for herself nor her channel. What she could do, and I'm not saying this to help her, I'm just saying this could work. If she wanted an arc that could last for at least 3 years and it would benefit her, she could just go home, be truthful, which would be a shock all unto itself because she lies so much, and go on a true redemption health arc where she tells the truth about everything, spills all the tea on herself and the goings on, start exercising and getting herself together. She's over 500 pounds. To lose 300 of that would take her at least 3 years, and document the whole thing. And that would get her a whole different audience, get rid of the feedies that are paying her to hurt herself. I mean, that could be a beneficial, positive arc. But she will never do those things because she's too dog determined to hang on to stuff that does not work.
If I don't want to, you know? Yeah. Some people do that, Kat, yeah. So, no, I'm full. How do you know he wasn't healthy? He looked healthy to me. But maybe inside, I don't know. He was eating a lot of like fruits and vegetables. You know? Robin. Oops. Robin Stacy. F the haters. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oops. I zoomed in. Wait. Okay. Have he lost weight in these specific months? Yeah. I mean, I'm happy for him.
No, you're not. You are ticked off. You're ticked off that he's a skinny, and you're ticked off that he has more money than you.
No. Maybe I could do a video every day for Ramadan, but I don't know. Welcome back, Golden Girl. Hey, Robin. Why did I sneeze? I hope I'm not sick again. Do you guys want to go see the fish after? Babe, do you like the fish out front of the building? Hold on.
So what a difference with him and chat. When he wasn't there, she was sharding herself. Now that he's there, she's like being modest Miriam. Oh, I have to mute the stream so I can blow my nose. What a difference when he's around.
Poem about my family called the Sorrows or something. But like, I'm the obsessed crazy one. I'm like, these people don't like me, and like this person specifically, it spends all her time talking about me and has the nerve to attack your mama for obsessing over her. Are you kidding? Like, you make every video about me. Like, don't cry when people do it to you. Hey, Mimi Cherry. It's weird. I don't know. I didn't see the poem, but like, what the fuck? You people are insane. I've never met people like this in my life. Never. Do you even think you have much in common with ALR besides the audience? No. Interest-wise, probably not. The hypocrisy. Yes, babe. Yeah, for sure. For sure, Amanda. Hello, Flopsy.
And Rainbow Sprinkle says, I thought you didn't watch reaction channels. Oh, yes, she does. She watches us for any, if for no other reason, for content. She needs something to talk about. Look, she's in her room. She has got nothing to talk about. So my audience is getting bored. So let me just bring up the reaction channels again. And she doesn't have to.
You're going back to Florida. You really like it there? That's funny. I don't watch reaction channels. I was watching Kalari and Yo Mama. That's about it.
Well, isn't Yo Mama technically a reaction channel? Because he's reacting to other people. I mean, you don't have to necessarily react to your content per se to be a reaction channel. You can react to anything. So since he's reacting to other people, wouldn't he be considered a reaction channel too?
No. Yeah, she's the one who sits there saying Heffa all the time. But trying to be like a positive person. Like, give me a break. Yeah, babe Julia does act different with me gone.
Yeah, happier.
Poor sweet gal. She miss her mom.
Not really. I'm sure she doesn't miss you. She hated you.
I have to use the facilities. Will you guys wait a few minutes?
And that's another tell that Chantal is smoking or doing something, because that constant throat clearing that drives me up the wall. She did that a lot when she smoked. You're smoking behind the scenes, aren't you, Chantal? What are you up to? A pack a day?
Yes, I meant I don't watch a specific group of reaction channels, Imani. Did you ever see that obese to beast video about that scary guy that wanted to turn his girlfriend into you? No.
Yeah, about that. So for those who are wondering what's that comment in reference to, there was a woman, for those who didn't see it, there was a woman who came forward and she did like a brief video where she basically said her boyfriend was a feeder, specifically a gainer, and that he watched Chantal and he was in contact with Chantal and he wanted his girlfriend, his actual girlfriend, to become bigger like Chantal. Like he was giving Chantal money and he wanted his actual girlfriend to become big like Chantal.
What the frick? I hope she dumped him. Imagine your man, like, what? Hey, Tangy. Julia realized my voice. Mama Juice. I would kiss her for hours right now. Hypocrisy. I only got 4 bottles of water. Have an amazing day. I wouldn't watch any reaction channels. That's what they're for, reactions. Crazy frog. Meow, 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 meow.
Okay, she's going to the bathroom and she's coming back.
Let us see. Let us bees. Nope, we cannot cross anything off of this list. Custard apple.
You know, it's so painful to watch her anymore, y'all, because she struggles for things to say. She struggles for things to talk about. Look, like her attention goes everywhere. Oh, look at this water bottle. Let me hold it up to you. And looking down versus talking to the chat. She never comes on camera prepared to talk about something for at least an hour and keep the conversation going. Chantal, how is it that I'm a little bitty channel compared to the size of your channel? I'm not even 6K. And I can do a tarot live. And I can just do tarot readings on you and Salah and Nader and Didi and even funny fake tarot readings. And I can keep people far better entertained than you. And I could be on live sometimes for 3 or 4 hours. But here we are. We're not even at an hour and she's already struggling. She doesn't know what to say. She's so bored. She's so out of talking points. It's painful.
Makeup pads.
Moving on. She's annoying me.
Go to the beach. It will cleanse any negative energy. I don't have Vampira. I don't have negative energy from reaction channels that I hold on to after I get off of here. But no, there's beaches in Kuwait. And you know, I'm not a sunshiny, happy person. I'm just not. Yoga will help keep yourself calm. Yeah, I'm gonna go do the downward dog.
What?
Yoga is very spiritual. That's too hard. Some people don't deserve niceness. Yeah, well, that's true. They say you're supposed to be the nicest to those people. Cordy. I'm always smiling and bright face. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so, eh? Yoga live bees. You love the beach, I gold. I couldn't say your name. Is it I
Okay,
good?
let's skip ahead a little bit because she's getting boring.
The rice is so buttery and they give you...
Oh, Lord, she's talking about food. Next. I don't want to hear about the food. I don't care about the food.
They all sound the same to you? No, there's a distinct difference. I know how to play 2 Halloween songs now on keyboard. Yes, because I was thinking, hun, we should have a.
You know, Chantal, there are millions of channels on YouTube, literally millions, all different kinds of content, all different kinds of people. And you want new subscribers to your channel. Now, if I weren't a reaction channel, if I weren't part of Girl World, and I did not know you from Eve on the street, I'm just on YouTube for the first time and I'm looking for interesting content. And I came across this live stream. Within the first 5 minutes, I would click off and never come back. Even if I skipped ahead to the live stream to see if there was anything interesting and not finding anything, that might be just a deal breaker. Like, I wouldn't come back. If you want people to subscribe to you and stick with you and give you the super chats and memberships and all that crap, you got to give people a reason to subscribe in the first place. You got to give them some motivation to do so, because there's way too many places on YouTube to go with people who really care about their channels and their content, that they're going to waste their time on someone like you, that you're wasting your life and not even trying anymore. The general feeling of you and your content is, I don't care. The feeling is, I quit. I am not interested in putting pride into myself nor my content. I've given up. Anybody watching you can come away with that feeling that you've given up. So if you've given up and you no longer care about your YouTube channel and you no longer care about your audience and their happiness and their satisfaction, that you're not about the quality of the content, it's just about the quantity, why should anybody subscribe to you or watch you, especially during live streams and you're gone for like 4 to 6 hours? 4 to 6 hours of what? Garbage. Absolute garbage.
A Halloween party. And since we're going to be decorating a little bit for Halloween, I added in the
Oh,
card.
and why are you going to do that as a Muslim woman? You're not allowed to celebrate Halloween as a Muslim woman. That is haram. Why do that?
A little witch hat for Howie. I don't know if he'll be able to take it off. He'll probably go like this. I want to get him something he can't take off. Like, you can suffer for 5 minutes. Do you know the treats I give you?
Moving along.
Cleopatra, yeah. Oh, they can't be returned to the wild? Okay. I'm just going to say that they preserve them. Would I ride a dolphin? No, but I would play with one in the water. Okay, Mimi Cherry. I love the love between you two. Thank you. Yeah, I miss my fam.
There's that baby talk. Every time he shows up, she starts with that baby talk. It is so off-putting. Stop talking like a baby. You're 40 years old.
And I hate saying that all the time because I know it stresses you out, babe. Like, I'm sure it's, because you feel the pressure of like us missing each other, but it's not his fault. It's not my fault. It's not anyone's fault. Yeah, exactly, babe. Yeah.
So Christina Tom says, if it doesn't matter how you put your socks on, then why did you put it on YouTube, how you put them on? Yeah, who was that for? Was that to show off for Salah? Trying to be a little bit of sexy? Was that for the feedy people? Who is that for? If you don't want people talking about different things, why show it in the first place?
Dolphins are amazing. I love them. And octopus. They're so smart and cool. I don't know how people eat them. Especially not just alive. Some people eat them alive. I want to like smack those people. Exactly, Alfie. where it's like,
She's boring me, y'all. I'm struggling to keep going. This is crazy. 4-hour live and we're like almost halfway into it. I'm like, I don't know if I want to keep going.
unmodded chat, like completely imagine. Just like let anybody in. I don't think I'll do that. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for subscribing, guys. It's National Fried Rice Day. Maybe I should go order some pad crap pow. Is that how I say it? Are you going to eat some veggies? Probably not right now, Rainbow. I was contemplating fried zucchini, deep fried.
More food talk next. And I guess she went outside to the koi fish. What is it about these koi fish? You won't leave these poor fish alone. Leave the fish alone. Went down the elevator, back upstairs. You probably had to go get food.
I'm not sure, babe, but they might nibble your finger, yeah. They'd probably just run away from you, but they probably would nibble. But nothing serious. I don't think they have teeth, do they? Maybe tiny.
She's boring me, y'all. I can't keep up with. I got too much to do today. It's like
so good. Giant. Yeah, kernels is good. Oh, that reminds me, every time I would go shopping at a mall with my family, my grandma and my aunt would always want kernels popcorn. I would always get a Laura Secord. Laura Secord ice cream. Double scoop. Pralines and cream.
more food talk. You know what? I'm done. I'm really done. She keeps talking about food. I've got way too much to do today. I got to get ready for my trip. I got to cut this short, y'all. I don't think I'm doing you guys wrong by cutting this short, because if the next 2 hours are going to be like the first two, what are we really missing? Not a whole lot. I will make a promise to you, though. I promise that if there's anything that I've missed, if it shows up on Twitter, I will include that in the next react, and I will keep that promise. Usually the best bits are on Twitter anyway. So we'll just cut it off here, and I hope you guys have a good day. Please take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other, and bye.